Welcome to the pod. It's a beautiful mess. Shane and Louise, no need to impress. Stories, rants, and a laugh or two. And don't forget Tessie, the dog's here too. It's serious, it's silly, it's off the wall. Sort of a show, not a show at all. Sort of a pound away, people. $1.50 get you through the steeple. Join the club, join the sound. It's chaos wrapped in a podcast crown.
So, as you know, Andy went away to France, didn't
I
he?
did, yes.
And I was stuck here by myself.
You didn't mind in the slightest, though,
Which
did you?
I didn't mind in the slightest. So the first night, we went to the party, didn't we? We went
did.
to the goth chic
We
party.
did. The 34th.
The 34th birthday
I think
party.
is genius.
Which I think everyone needs to do.
They do. She had a cake with 34 on it. She'd got balloons with 34 on it.
I love the cake that it said that. What did it say? Happy 34th?
Yeah.
Because it's so unusual.
I know. And like when they were setting it up, going, oh, so what your birthday? Is it 30th, 40th?
Yeah, is it like a big one? Yeah,
like 34.
34.
And it was brilliant. She was basically saying she'd never had a birthday party. She's got such a big family. She's got loads of friends, hasn't she? So she said, I've never had a birthday party.
Well, because
so they just booked it.
The last big one that she was
30th,
supposed to have
it's
was
the wedding.
30th. But that's when I think her 30th was the one where John proposed.
Oh, was it? And then
it was COVID. So we all had to like meet outside and like.
But her birthday was just before their wedding, wasn't it?
Yeah, because hers is.
So that'd have been
the week after mine.
Yeah.
So mine's 19th May, 26th.
Right.
And her birthday's 21st.
Yeah. So I know it coincided, so she probably missed out on. So yeah, she ended up with 34th birthday party.
But we did get to dress up. It was the first time that I'd put on my leather trousers in probably nearly a year.
So the theme was goth chic, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
So I actually just managed to wear stuff that I'd already got in my wardrobe.
So did I think I had to buy. I bought a black shirt because I didn't have a black shirt.
Yeah, but black shirt you can wear any time, can you?
Yeah, because historically, as we may have discussed on this, I don't remember, when I used to wear shirts back in the day when we'd go in the office to wear shirts.
When we used to work together the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They used to just not fit at all. There'd be like bits of fat bulging out from the thing, a button about to pop off. So I ordered.
We just put our glasses on, didn't we? Just to shield our eyes.
One of them were like, yeah.
To be fair, though, you sat in the corner by the filing cabinets. And the filing cabinets were these like half ones, weren't they? And there was just constant food there.
Food, but not like healthy food.
No.
I remember people would come in like, I would say them buckets of like
the M&S ones.
And, yeah.
You get like 3 for $10 of those ones.
I'll grab at least like 6 of each one.
So bad. And then it was quite a nice place. Well, it was great in a lot of ways, wasn't it? Because we always used to incentivise everybody over month end because we got a short cut off of month end. So for every, I think was it the Wednesday of month end that I used to provide.
It was like let's just say it was day 3, whatever day 3 or 4
It was essentially to incentivise people not to go out and continue working. So that they weren't going out for the lunch, they got an extra hour out of everybody. So, but we used to provide food, so we'd alternate every month, wouldn't we? So there's an amazing burger place in Oxford,
what was
wasn't
that
there?
Called? Macy's? MacD's?
No.
I always used to think it was called like Mackey's. What was that one?
And that the sandwich place? I don't know. No, it was Kraft Burger.
Yes! Kraft Burger.
Yes, in Headington. Shout out to Kraft Burger in Headington.
Oh my God.
The best burgers in the world. So, and then we'd have Domino's. Or we were really lucky because there was a Marks and Spencer's food hall. So and it used to open dead early, didn't it?
Yeah.
So I used to just go and spend like, I don't know, a couple £100 or something on like, but we just do like picky bits. So we do a tray of sandwiches and get some sandwiches, get some wraps, but I get, the things in the barrel, get crisps. And it was just like if you were having a picnic and going to Marks and Spencer. So we'd have that on the cabinets as well, wouldn't we?
And the problem is they used to stay there for sometimes a couple of days. So then you were just like...
Not the sandwiches,
but like the
picky
crisps
bit,
and all the other little bits.
But yeah, it was there, and it was constant grazing at that place, wasn't it? It was like
a lot. I don't know if you remember. I used to bring in a lunch, and I used to like.
You used to bring in salads and stuff. They used to be dead healthy.
Well, no. Do you remember my cheese and pickle sandwiches? No. I think it's joked like in the office show thing that we did. But I used to like cram it full. Like my sandwiches used to be at least like 3 inches thick.
Doorsteps, but not the bread bit, the actual filling.
No wonder I was fat.
You
Like, all
weren't
of that.
fat, were you? But
I was
from
bigger
working
than-
on the yard,
yeah.
definitely it all fell
Yeah.
off, didn't it? But
And like I'm at my lowest weight ever at the minute.
Are you?
For the first time in years.
God,
Yeah.
don't tell me how much you weigh.
I do stone and pounds.
Yeah,
so
it's fine.
I'm 11.9 now.
Are you? Okay, I don't feel
when
quite
I was
so
at
bad then.
our other place, I was 14.
Were you really?
I got up to 14 stone.
Wow.
And then it all dropped off when I started working here.
Yeah. What's the dog doing? What
Tessie!
Hi.
This is when she comes back with a sandwich in her mouth.
Cheese and onion sandwich in her mouth. Do you think she wants a wee? Do you think she needs to go out and dust around about? I mean, it was fun times, wasn't it? It was fun times there.
It was.
But we did eat.
Yes, and
eat.
so I bought this shirt off Amazon, and I actually hadn't put it on until the day. I was like, please fit. And it was like actually the perfect
It did fit
fitting
really
one
well. It
that
did.
I bought.
But what did you have in your bottom half, Shane?
My leather trousers
With buckles.
I had forgot that there was buckles on it until I got it out of like my costume bit in our spare room. I looked at it, I was like, oh. And then I had flashbacks of, bless you. Hay fever. Then I had flashbacks to when I was filming my bits for the second musical home. I must have been a bit bigger when I wore them because I remember not being able to get them off.
In a Ross Friend style way.
But they were actually all right. They fitted perfectly this time.
But you could, if you'd have done it, you could have undone each of the buckles on it. But
there was like, I don't know, 10. Too many.
They were very cool.
Yeah.
But it was quite a hot day though, wasn't it?
It was actually.
Yeah.
Oh, when I put it on, I think you messaged something. I was like,
I'm regretting these trousers already.
I'm hot already. I'm sweating.
And then you were about an hour late, weren't you?
Oh, the traffic that day, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fine. We had, it was quite nice. But neither of us were drinking, were we? So
No.
for a good bit. And I'd left the dog, so I always feel bad when I've left the dog.
So then I had the whole weekend.
We did do 3 or 4 hours, didn't we?
We did.
So, yeah.
We did. But then I had
Enjoyed
the
it, it was
whole
nice.
weekend by myself. And I was absolutely bored.
Were you?
Yeah, because Andy wasn't come back till the bank holiday Monday.
Why didn't we do the podcast?
I don't actually know why we didn't. So in my...
Was I there? Did I say? No, because Dan's party was on the Friday night.
I don't know
go
why.
to Suffolk? Why?
I think we had like planned, then something changed. I
Couldn't be bothered.
Can't
Can't spend
was
2
it.
days in a row with you. I can do a party with you. It was party or podcast. I can only do one at a time.
So I was sat absolutely bored, and so
But you're really good at entertaining yourself.
normally, but I think because I hadn't really had like anything, I hadn't had like a project to do. Like I think all the podcasts were edited, everything was done. I didn't actually have.
What do you mean you
anything to
edit this podcast?
Yes.
You edit this nonsense into less nonsense. Less nonsense
Than normal, yeah. So I decided, and I don't know why I decided, to completely deep clean the living room. Because I did do an Alice. I absolutely did an Alice. And I moved everything out the way. Because in my head, now Alice will know that when I last did the Winter Games, I had like this hissy fit because I didn't know where anything was. Because I literally was shoving them into boxes.
Right.
And I was like, oh, where's this cable? And I was like fucking getting angry and annoyed, and as I do when I do these events. And I was like, right, my plan was to sort out all my shit because I've got so much gear everywhere.
Yes.
Like this room, for instance,
Yes.
there's stuff everywhere.
Yes.
Not including that gym stuff over there. That someone had got out when there was a clinic on the other day.
What?
And they didn't put it away. That's a story for another day.
Oh.
So yeah, I decided to clean the entire living room, top to bottom.
Wow.
And I found stuff that I didn't even know we had, including 2 bottles of really expensive champagne.
Oh, that's why you said I could have the champagne. Oh, I can have the champagne, can't I?
Yeah. I was like, where have these come from? like some really nice clothes. It must have been from when we got married. Like
Probably.
gifts from someone that we'd
Because
like...
I keep saying to you, all the stuff, you should sell a load on eBay. You'd get a load of money.
Honestly.
But I had this... Do you know what? I was so fudgekin annoyed about this, right? I had this G-Ram Hoover, which I've got to say, I was never a big... It's okay if everything's clean. If you need to... It's more like a carpet sweeper than a vacuum, but it was fine for what I needed it for at the time. And I'd lost moving houses. I'd lost the cable for it. So I bought a new cable for it. And then I think I'd lost something, I can't remember, but I then never used it. But I'd bought a spare cable on eBay. And I knew that I'd be able to get some money for it, but I just couldn't be asked to. And I actually chucked the whole thing away because then I lost the new cable that I bought, and I was so annoyed at myself that I'd lost the new cable. I just threw it all away. And then I found the original cable and the replacement cable. So then I sold both of those on eBay, and I got whatever the replacement, I got like only a couple of quid less than. Then I'd got the original one that I'd found as well. And then I was like really annoyed because I'd already thrown the bloody Hoover away. It was in the bin. I'd got a fortune for it. And then I'd got loads of like, just in a cupboard, I'd got like loads of old Hoover bits from old Dysons and stuff. And then I'd got a really good Dyson that I wanted to, because I'd bought this Melee one, which was brilliant. But by the time I'd sold all the bits of cables, all the bit of Dysons, the old Dyson, I was only 20 quid short of buying an entire new Hoover.
Oh.
I know. And then because I'd bought the same Hoover for my house in Chippy and then the house in Suffolk, so I wanted the same one. And they'd only got...
Of course you did.
Of course. Because I have a thing about Hoovers that I don't really like them. And the Dyson was really good, but it was so heavy and clunky that I could barely change the stuff. And so I just didn't hit it, so it was awful. So then they, because I was buying two, they gave me the display one, but then gave me an absolute shed load of money off it because it'd been
good.
Like, I know. So by the time I'd sold it all, I'd bought two Hoovers and I'd only been like £20 short.
Oh.
Of like the money. So it's way worth just selling things that you don't think are worth anything.
Yeah.
And like, yeah.
Yeah, I found a lot of stuff. So obviously I did the living room by myself, top to bottom, and then I decided to do our bedroom. And I think I might have sent a picture to Alice. I moved like the bed, and you know, I always call them dust bunnies because I remember TV shows as a kid, they used to call it dust bunnies, like on the Rugrats or something.
Yeah.
Literally so much was under the bed. I was like, oh my God. But I got like it's quite therapeutic cleaning it all up. No.
The thing that annoys me about cleaning, especially when you've got a dog, and because I used to live on my own and you clean and you'd always keep it clean. My house was always, and I've got to be tidy. I cannot be untidy. I hate things not having a place. So I'm dead tidy, but then there'll probably be a layer of like dust. But I know before I got the dog that I could go like good couple of weeks without having to do like any real
dog hairs are cleaning. Awful. Hugo's are awful.
Like, and she's not. Hers, when she does molt, it comes off in a really nice way. That it's not coarse or dense or anything. It just forms into dust bunnies. But if I then clean and I generally do clean like once a week and Hoover and everything else and just, I am amazed that I have to do it every single week without fail. Well, it's ridiculous.
Well, Andy's mum and dad, they've got the German Shepherd. They Hoover every day because of the hairs. But Tessie doesn't molt like Hugo.
No.
Because Hugo's hair's like everywhere, and he like rubs up against, you know, like with this when he's got his allergies, you'll notice like downstairs, the like corner going up to the stairs, he'll rub against that, and then you just get like a clump of like his hairs.
Really?
They're everywhere.
I'm actually looking at him. What's he? He's a Frenchie. So you wouldn't have thought they'd shed that much, would you? But
do you know what the worst was when when Mum and Dad had the Dalmatian? The white hairs were everywhere. And even after he died, they still found his hairs like years later because they just got everywhere.
I was talking to somebody in the town the other day why I was talking about this. God only knows. Oh yeah, I remember. And they were asking about her fur, and they've always had labs, and they said it's so hard to hoover them up because they like almost embed in the carpet and stuff, and like they're quite coarse, I think. So so it's hard. And she said it's hard to get them up. I said, oh no, she's like completely the opposite. But yeah, always amazing. And the other thing that's not really good for my house is log burners. You end up, even though you close the door and stuff, you end up with just like a
soot. Is it soot?
Yeah, but and still a fairly thin layer, but you still end up. It is weird.
We have a weird thing, like the downstairs kitchen. I know Andy was complaining about it earlier, but one of the reasons why it's so awful, and we don't really know why. We get this like thin film of like this weird dust.
Salt.
But I think it's because where the tack room is.
Yep. And it's external, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's all
the
just
salt
coming in.
It'll be the salt coming through. I'm
hoping you've got a life hack.
No, I haven't. I wish somebody had. Pound away and tell us. I've got coming through my front door, and my house it's the oldest residential house in Chipping Norton, so it's like 15th century, and I'm sure I must have rattled on about this before, but Oxford University came out and did the dendrochronology on the beams because they thought the beams were from Tudor shit.
Oh yeah.
They're not from a wood in Burford, which is about 8 miles away. How disappointing. But my house is on so many different levels that you go down steps to get through the front door from the street level, and then you go down another 3 steps, but it's quite a big dip to go downstairs to the kitchen and the garden, and then it's all the bedrooms are on different levels, and it's all a little bit higgledy, and it's quite nice. Why was I telling you about this? Oh yeah,
the dust.
What's I telling you about the dust? So I was about to say, when you go down from because I've got this big front room where I do like all my work and stuff as well, and it's like my living. Everybody's seen it because from Teams calls and stuff. And I was about to tell you, and said, "Oh, as you go downstairs." Oh yeah, as you go downstairs, it's this like, I don't know what you'd call it, like almost like this atrium thing, which is like a corridor which links. Like, see, my house is front on, and then it's got an L shape.
Yeah.
So the L-shaped bit then becomes the kitchen, and it's got this weird kind of stony atrium thing. And I get that. And there's a bit that is, and it
does it come off the stone? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
So it's salt. I think it's salt.
How? Oh yeah, but we haven't really got like that stone here. I think it seeps through from somewhere.
Yeah. Because it's external wall, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a really good point. I'm going to digress quickly because when you were talking about your house, was it you that had the safe that you found under the floorboards?
Yes.
Do you remember when we were all so like excited to know what was going to be in there?
Yeah.
And then you were going to get like a locksmith or something out to open up this safe.
And then they turned in. I got one of the builders out looking. It said it'd be an absolute nightmare trying to get that open. So I contacted the family of the people that I bought it from and said, we don't reckon there'll be anything in there. And then years later, and I think I've chucked them away, I found what I thought could well be the key. But I'd already had new tiles put over the top of it.
Did you ever open it?
No.
I thought you opened it and there was nothing in
No.
there. What? So there's a safe with what? I thought you opened it.
No.
I thought.
Yeah, it's been tiled over, and I think I found what should have been the key, but it already been tiled over.
Did you keep the key?
I don't think I did.
Why?
Because I thought, well, I'm never going to get that tile up. I'm never going to. There won't have been anything in it. The old people, I'm pretty sure that safe hadn't been used for years. There won't be anything in it.
See, I dream of that. I dream that, like, one day we discover, like, in our kitchen, we pull up them floorboards. Oh, look, what's this? There's a basement.
Do you know what? I was watching this Instagrammer called... Well, her Instagram, she's called Becky. Her Instagram account's called Becky's Bazaars, and she goes to like car boot sales and she buys like consignments of like old, and she sells them on like Whatnot and stuff. And I really like her. She's got this really nice way about it, and she goes to like car boot sales with her mum and stuff. And she likes good to go bags and stuff. And they've just bought a new house and they found a secret door that wasn't on any of the plans. And it's this whole extra room they didn't know they'd got. It was like behind a fridge freezer or something. There was a door there. They found a whole extra room.
Can you imagine though? I would love that.
I know.
But then I'd be like a bit creeped out.
Well, my friend Lucy, her mum and dad, this was back in the... maybe 80s, at least early 90s anyway. And they bought, he's a plastic surgeon, and they bought a small farm with farmhouse on it and did up the farmhouse. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful place, like right on top of a hill, lovely. And they always thought something weird had happened because there was this door which leads down to the basement. And this basement, but bear in mind, it was a wreck, was this entire place. You got this brand new concrete floor in the basement.
Oh, did they?
No.
Body.
Because, yeah, but they never said anything to anybody because they didn't want all their work to be having to be dug up. But yeah, of this derelict building, they had this brand new, and it was like, and the door to this place was hidden, and then there was the stairs, and it was all very, very, very bizarre, and completely derelict bar this brand new concrete floor. Dum dum dum.
That is like, I would love that, but hate it
At the same time, yeah.
Yeah. So back to when I was cleaning.
Oh yeah.
I thought, I didn't want to. I can't bear silence. Like,
no, I'm not a big fan of silence.
But I like to maybe have something on. We discussed this not that long ago. Where we like something like on the background where we don't have to concentrate.
Yes. But I can't have vacuosity, so I don't like commercial radio stations because I either like people to talk, so like Radio 4 Today's programme, or like nowhere, but like vacuous DJs just saying things for the sake of saying things, they can just fuck off.
So I was like, what can I put on? So in between, like, she's worn out, isn't she?
Here's some water.
In between, I was like, I want something to watch. And I saw this thing come up on, I think it was on YouTube. That said, this made me feel really old. Really, really old. That next year, in 2026, the TV show Sabrina the Teenage Witch is 30 years old.
Oh my God, she's a middle-aged woman now with Sabrina then.
Yeah. Well, I found out that she was actually never a teenager when filming the show.
No, they never are they?
And I was like, I loved that. I remember watching it on ITV.
Is that the one with the talking cat?
Yeah. So
I've maybe seen like half an episode, something like that. Because the talking cat was a bit weird, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it gets better.
It was like a toy, wasn't it?
Yeah, like an animatronic thing.
Yeah.
And then they used to cut between like a real cat, like when it would move.
Oh, okay.
And then when it was sat perched up, it'd be...
They didn't put a lot of money into that CGI, did they?
I went to rewatch. So I decided, I was like, looked on that app, Just Watch. I was like, I wonder if it's streaming on anywhere. And it wasn't. So it was on iTunes. So I actually paid for 3 seasons.
Did you?
And I binge watched
No.
over 50 episodes. Reliving my childhood. Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I loved
50 episodes.
But then I was like, oh my God, I'm so old. If this is 30 years old.
That's nuts.
I really enjoyed it because I remember when the
50 episodes.
Yeah, because there's like 22
Are they just 20
or so
minutes?
yeah, there's 20 minutes long, so you can like go in and out of it.
My God.
I really enjoyed it.
I've got a message from a bank saying you could get Apple TV, and I've been meaning to get Apple TV for a bit. I have had it, and I've had it, where you get like a month free and then you've got to pay like a bit of money. And I've always taken those trials and then cancelled them straight away and then never watched anything. But the bank on my app, Barclays, thank you, I've given it for free, and I didn't realise it was for free, and I just thought it'll be just a month, and I thought, well, it's still a month's trial. No, it's actually for free. So I've done nothing. Friday night, all the way through, I've watched just Ted Lasso.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, it is
I love
good.
Apple TV.
It's the only thing I've watched on there so far, but I'm excited.
Silo, watch Silo.
Yeah, I saw it because you said before about Silo, and I thought, oh yeah.
So, until next time, pound away.
Bye.
Bye.
Yes, sort of a pound. Let's shout it loud. We're not a cult, but we